All right, so here we are. Good old PS3, PS Triple, as the legendary troll Chad Warden referred to it as.
Hmm.
The PS Triple, not that Wii U. Wait, I'm thinking of the YouTube poop version of it. If you're not familiar with Chad Warden, that's some like primo early YouTube gaming stuff. Like, dude was like intentionally trying to piss off the whole console war people by endlessly shilling for the PlayStation 3 and saying stuff like it's not too expensive because I'm rich. When the PlayStation 3 was still like $600. But yeah. I had to actually scrounge around and look for my copy of Metal Gear Solid 4 for this. Because I didn't want to spend so much time downloading the digital version of it, because it's one of the biggest games on the PS3.
Yeah.
In terms of file size. Like, it is the only PS3 game of its era to use a dual-layer Blu-ray disc.
Wow.
And before it got updated to version 2.0, that got rid of the online multiplayer and also streamlined a few elements, it had to install each chapter as you got to it instead of letting you install the game all at once.
Oh, wow.
Thankfully, you can just install the game all at once now. But yeah, I remember playing this as the first PS3 game I ever played. Christmas morning, 2011. And I was blown away. Finally got to see how the Metal Gear Saga ended at the time. No doubt that'll be on the Legacy Collection Volume 2. I agree. It's the only one. It's the only like major game apart from Rising that's not available on anything past like PS3 generation. They have to do it. It'll take a lot more effort to port it, I'll say that much, because this game is very much exclusively designed for the PS3 hardware. Yeah, this game's it doesn't look as good as Metal Gear Solid 5 does, which granted was years later and one console generation on. But for 2008, this looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a bunch of difficulties. We got 2 normal difficulties, naked normal and solid normal. We're going solid normal.
If you're liquid normal, drink more water.
Oh god, I forgot. I haven't installed the game, so we've got to stand here and watch Snake smoke a cigarette over and over again for 2 minutes. Editing Arikado in the future, please speed this up.
We're playing Smoking Simulator.
Avoid playing when you are tired. Please put litter in its place. Use an ashtray for cigarette butts and ashes. As Snake clearly does not do that.
You don't play by the rules.
Be sure to take a 15-minute break every hour. No, fuck you. I tried smoking for a little bit, didn't like it. If you begin to feel ill, stop playing immediately.
I'm on Earth. I always feel ill.
I prefer, like, the feeling of vape over smoke, but I don't regularly do either. Because I don't want to form another addiction. The caffeine's already got me bad enough.
Yeah.
This game is intended for use exclusively with the PlayStation 3 system. Do not leave the disc in a hot or humid place, such as near a heater or inside a car. It doesn't matter whether you have the AC turned on and are playing its favorite music, it's still going to ruin the disc.
So someone did a little short that was really cute that you can say that now. Oh.
Yeah, we got multiple TV channels we can flip between here.
If you're just tuning in. Out of 10 questions right, Melissa. You have one
citizen of the world.
By the way, interview with David Hayter right here in FMV form. David Hayter, voice of Solid Snake.
Crazy.
Stay afloat.
You mean
so David Hayter exists in the same universe as Solid Snake canonically.
Transferred overseas and
nice.
It was a really excellent experience, actually. I was really grateful for it.
Grateful. What is your biggest secret, David?
Pardon me?
You can tell us.
Oh, well, it's not much of a secret, but I have a tattoo of Kobe behind my ear.
Tattoo, splendid.
Yeah, it's not terribly big.
What
Yeah, you have no idea how confused I was when I saw this the first time I played it.
What do you mean?
Why are you?
I was like, what the fuck is this? Where is Metal Gear Solid 4?
Movie. I'm just coming off the set.
Oh, David Hayter. Why here, wearing an eye patch?
Oh, the eye patch. This is pretty cool, actually. Gives me real-time information and you know, weather, traffic reports. Actually watching a baseball game as we speak.
Really? What drives you? What are your dreams?
Doesn't Kojima appear in one of these? I don't know.
Well,
I think so. Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
If you're talking about one of these games, yes, he appears in several of them, starting from Peace Walker.
Young people from David Hayter.
I never actually said that.
And now, ad break. Within the game. You thought you were safe from ads because the ad break on Twitch was over. Fuck you. Your Prime your Prime subscription's not gonna save you from this, motherfucker.
Why does that feel like an actual Nike commercial?
It's an ad for one of the in-game private military contractors.
Just do it, Kate of mine.
In the not-too-distant future, on a tired battlefield, war has become routine. That's right, war has changed. Which, yes, that was an intentional counter to the opening line of Fallout. What did Fallout have? Fallout had war. War never changes.
I wonder if there's a mod that change the audio, because that would be kind of funny.
And this is not frame drops going on. The game just runs like this. It's really pushing the PS3 to its limit. And does not maintain a stable frame rate at all, even in cutscenes.
War has changed. It's no longer about nations, ideologies, or ethnicity. It's an endless series of proxy battles fought by mercenaries and machines. War and its consumption of life has become a well-oiled machine.
Doesn't it try to hit 60? It tries to hit 60, but barely hits 30 most of the time. Like, it's not that it's targeting 60, it's an uncapped 30. So it can hit 60, but it's not targeting it.
Inside their bodies, enhance and regulate their abilities. Genetic control, information control, emotion control, battlefield control. Everything is monitored and kept under control.
Another reason to port this game on current consoles, yeah, put it on something that can run it stably. Right now, if you want to play this with a stable frame rate in above 720p, your best bet is to emulate it, but even then, that requires a lot of tinkering with settings and a decently powerful computer to run it.
Controls history.
The only thing I could see being a potential thing holding this from getting a proper remaster back, other than the amount of work that needs to be put into it, is that there's some Apple product placement in this game, where they would have to get the rights to that renewed. Like, you'll see a lot of scenes of Otacon using a Apple MacBook Pro. And Snake has an iPod in his inventory to change the background music. That's actually part of the reason why they changed to the more generic iDroid with Metal Gear Solid 5, because part of Apple's product placement stuff is that they do not allow morally dubious or evil characters to use Apple products in media. Apple products are only allowed to be used by explicit heroes.
Which basically ruins the plot of any movie.
That's also why you'll never see an action movie villain using an iPhone. They'll always be using an Android phone.
Snake, you can adjust the camera angle with the right stick. To center the camera, press in the R3 button.
Like, there's like that you have these superhero clauses that, like, come on. This actively ruined the entire movie plot.
Chopper! We're surrounded! Damn it, they've got us surrounded! We're being followed! Use the RPGs! Everyone, keep cool! Get a hold of
By the way, there's some more recognizable voice actors in this game, other than, you know, just ones playing recurring characters from previous games. Like, one of our main supporting characters throughout this game is voiced by Carrie Payton. Do you know who Carrie Payton is?
Name's familiar.
Cyborg from Teen Titans.
Oh. Oh, wow.
And that's your gameplay. Now wait 10 more minutes. Yep, the intro's very slow-paced. Then again, the whole game's pretty slow-paced. I think that 3 had the best balance of story to, like, cutscene to gameplay ratio. Whereas 4 puts it too far in the cutscene category, and 5 puts it too much in the gameplay category. First game to allow you to go third person and move. Yep. It's also the first game to have the crouch walk. Yeah, the cows are arriving. You hear the cows and the cicadas?
Mm-hmm.
You're not ready for these cows. Now, do I know why these things moo like cows? No. Is it kind of terrifying? Yes. Also, they have organic legs that bleed when they're shot at.
Head north and try not to run into any gecko.
They're called geckos.
Why are they called geckos when they moo?
Not spelled like the animal, but pronounced the same way. You'll see a lot more of these guys in Metal Gear Rising, because they're a pretty common enemy type in that game. And yeah, you do not want to face these things head on. They will kill you. You know what those legs were used for? I am afraid. I'm afraid, given that they also have tentacles.
Oh, my.
Tentacles that are meant for grabbing things. So, you didn't think one of these things could be stealthy, did you?
No, what the fuck?
But they cannot get up if they're knocked over. They're very stupid. Just like cows. They're like cows. They can't get up if you tip them over. Yeah, the blood's red. Well, Metal Gear Rising didn't change it to white. It was only white in the Japanese release of Metal Gear Rising because they changed all the blood to white. Due to the Japanese ratings board placing a lot more rating value in terms of like adult content on getting higher ratings. They don't rate it highly for sexual content, but they do rate it highly for dismemberment, and given that's what Metal Gear Rising centers around as its central gameplay mechanic, they had to change the blood to white so it wouldn't get an adults only rating. And yeah, sexy old ass Snake. He is rapidly aging, but he still has a rock solid man ass.
Mm-hmm.
And a prominent crotchular bulge. And yeah, they kept it. They saw the camo mechanic in Metal Gear Solid 3 and were like, okay, but what if we made it automatic? Also, I like that the famous cardboard box says no place to hide.
Mm.
They know that Snake's always hiding in a box. This isn't Snake. These are melons. But yeah, this cutscene shows off the new Octo Camo system, where by staying still next to a surface, you take on the appearance of the surface you're touching.
Interesting.
Called Octo Camo after the kind of camouflage that octopuses naturally have, which is a feature that not many people think about. I love the little tap the other one gave him. Yeah, the geckos have so much personality despite just being mindless drones.
Kind of almost like the feel of those little spider bots from Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, just the Tachikomas?
Yes.
Wouldn't be surprised if that was a intentional reference. Although this game does have dwarf geckos, or as they'll later be known as scarabs. Those little, like, you know those little guys from Metal Gear Rising? They're the little spherical guys with the 3 arms. They debut in this game.
Oh.
They're called scarabs and dwarf geckos interchangeably. And they're more of a threat here than they are in Metal Gear Rising.
Mm.
Three days earlier. By the way, in addition to the first-person view and cutscenes returning, we have a dedicated flashback button.
Oh, wow.
And there is a trophy for seeing all the flashbacks. Including the ones that can only be seen in certain levels.
Oh.
Otacon, even the dead have ears.
Snake, we've got to go. You've got an old friend waiting for you.
I'm so curious about the gameplay because I've hardly seen anything of it. Imagine Metal Gear Solid 5, but a bit more primitive. And you've got Metal Gear Solid 4.
Analysis was positive,
Okay.
but the mRNA analysis turned up negative. The wrinkled skin, the hardened arteries. Your early...
In terms of like how Snake controls, the way the game actually progresses is more a level-by-level affair as opposed to an open-world mission-based structure.
So,
Well, judging by how rapidly the aging has progressed, I'd say...
a year at best, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that because of being a ninja cyborg in Metal Gear Rising, meaning that's the reason why the geckos are weak? The dwarf geckos in particular are more of a joke enemy in Metal Gear Rising, whereas in this game, they're more like sentries used for surveillance. Oh yeah, the Fox Die flashback button. Remember, Fox Die's still a thing that he has. That disease he was that virus he was infected with at the very beginning of Metal Gear Solid 1 as part of his mission. And the only one who would know more about it is Naomi, who's been missing.
Snake.
Grandpa Max! I mean, Colonel!
Good to see you.
I mean, Galley Banish Gregman from Evil Zone, the best fighting game ever made.
I'd see you dressed like that would be at your daughter's wedding.
And yes, this game confirms that Meryl is his daughter,
Working for an
not his
organization
niece.
Under the UN Security Council. The analysis and assessment staff of the PA.
That's not a retcon, by the way. That's something you find out in the Otacon ending of Metal Gear Solid 1, is that after his brother died, he hooked up with his sister-in-law and got her pregnant.
Information on your work. We found him in the Middle East.
Isn't it implied that he's dead in Metal Gear Rising? It's implied in the Japanese version with a piece of DLC that we never got, which was a weapon called the Snake Sword. which is supposed to be a joke version of the wooden sword weapon that has the spirit of Snake in it, and when you use it, it speaks in Snake's voice. But we never got that because they didn't want dub. They didn't want to bring David Hayter in just to voice a joke weapon.
He's preparing to unleash his insurrection. Liquid is lying in wait in a Middle Eastern war zone. Track him down.
You can't unhear Grandpa Max. I'm glad that I did that to you. Just like how I can't unhear Pearl from SpongeBob whenever I hear the boss.
Only 2 eggs today? Solidus must have taken the day off. 7, 8, 9, 2, 5, 9, 0, 3, 6, 0.
Don't ask me what the numbers she sings have, like what the numbers mean. I've never been able to find an answer to that.
4, 6, 6, 5, 2.
Has anyone like cracked the code at all, or?
It's probably something to do with genetics. Or like programming. I don't know. Yeah, that's some high quality egg animation.
Those eggs look really good too. Salt, pepper.
Jumping ahead a bit, the voice that we heard of the girl who was cooking those eggs, that is Olga's daughter that was mentioned in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh.
Her name is Sunny, and she's been adopted by Snake and Otacon. Not like officially adopted, but they're totally like her dads.
I'm just inside the city limits. This place is crawling with lizards.
This, okay, seeing this, the codec screens in this game was a big deal to me the first time, because this was the first time that they had it lip synced to the English dialogue instead of the Japanese. Or rather, they did multiple lip syncs for different languages.
Your best bet is to stay out of their sights.
Oh man, pretty soon they'll put.
And it's not just canned animations, like, these are individually animated cutscenes that play out in the
Their
codec.
numbers exceed the war price for that region. It must have something to do with Liquid's arrival on the scene.
You really think he's here?
You'll have to find the Army's operatives and ask them yourself. Oh, and Snake, I went ahead and used the Mark II to scout out the area before your arrival. You'll find it up ahead.
Mark II?
It's a remote mobile terminal.
Oh god, the Mark II. How do I explain the Mark II without having to do a separate stream?
You should find it before.
It's another Kojima. It's a reference to a non-Metal Gear game that Kojima made, which the Mark II in the game that it originates from is itself a reference to Metal Gear.
Oh my god.
So it's a recursive reference that ends up referencing back to itself. Like, to be honest, the game that the Mark II originates from is a game I've been wanting to stream. It's just I don't know if it would make for particularly, like, you know, the kind of cozy chaos that I usually have, because it's more visual novel / point-and-click adventure. Oh my god, the UI Metal Gear Rising was referring to this game in the beginning. Yes, because Raiden in the beginning of Metal Gear Rising is using an upgraded form of his body from this game before he gets upgraded to the black body.
Avoid unnecessary combat whenever possible. In this war, neither side is your enemy. There's no
we got
whatsoever in you
we got a Molotov cocktail. But yeah, there's real-time camo change with the Octo camo. It's not 100% perfect because we don't have the face mask yet. We don't get that until after beating the first of our quirky boss squad. as is requisite for a Metal Gear game. Yeah, you start out without a radar, which makes the opening kind of tense.
Ooh.
Instead, you can see sound waves to pinpoint where sounds are coming from. That gives you a vague indication of where enemies are. Ah! I got spotted by the truck. Trying to remember how to shoot in this game. I'm not used to shooting with L1 and R1.
Snake, it's gonna be tougher to break through. It might be best to avoid that area altogether if you can.
Yeah, the PS3 controller didn't have particularly good triggers on it, so most shooter games didn't even use them for shooting. This is also a Metal Gear game where stealth is heavily encouraged but not required. Like, you can go in guns a-blazing, but you'll make it harder for yourself if you do so.
Kind of like how Dishonored, the more people you kill, the harder the game gets.
They also did some refining to the CQC system. Yeah, L1 aims and R1 shoots, which was pretty common for PS3 games. And shooters on PS2 often use that as well.
Snake, what's wrong?
Yeah, I think some of the Ratchet and Clank ones we did first.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank games all the way up until PS4 put the shoot button on R1.
Shadow Dragons mentioned the Resistance also did the
Resistance had that. Good to know. Because I've never played the Resistance games. Just never got around to it. I totally should sometime. That and Killzone are about like the only Sony properties I still haven't touched after all these years.
Reminds me, this is other shooter. I can't think of its name. The Metro series. Have you ever thought about
Metro?
Those also?
I've got the first two Metro games on Steam.
Please don't shoot!
Oh,
There's actually a mechanic in this game where... I'm sorry, what the fuck? Oh, okay. That was just... I was like, is that a fucking ice cream truck? No, it's just saying they wiped out the rebels.
yeah. So yeah, dude, they're going to get ice cream. That's why that ice cream sound effect came on.
But I was going to say there's a mechanic in this game that comes more in handy in later stages, where if you see the PMCs fighting against local resistance troops, you can
pick up guns,
sway them to your side by fighting alongside them, and then they won't be hostile towards you. Whereas if you just sneak your way through, both sides will attack you on sight.
Mm.
And shit. I forgot that enemies are a lot better at hearing shit in this game. I'm not used to the guards being smart. Help.
Hmm.
I'm not used to the guards having spatial awareness. And object permanence. Okay, so one of these statues has a modeled on dick. And you can knock the dick off. And if you do, then you won't successfully blend into it. And for the record, just like in Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, yes, you could still kill people in one shot by shooting them in the crotch.
Gotta have our priorities aligned.
CQC Slam's not as satisfying in this game. The impact's not as, you know, crunchy. Doesn't have that crunch. But it's easier to pull off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guards are really smart in Metal Gear Solid 5. Although, that game also gives you, while it doesn't have a radar, it does give you ways of marking and tracking enemies. Although, also to counter that, enemies work in shifts in Metal Gear Solid 5. So you can't just, like, gun them all down and be okay. Metal Gear Solid 5 CQC is the best. It's just so good. Okay, here comes the Mark II. Look at him, he's a little guy. I want one.
Snake, it's me.
Otacon.
Yeah, this is the Mark II, which is a reference to another Hideo Kojima directed game called Snatcher. Where the Mark II in that game...
What the fuck?
Hey, Lulu. Yeah, the Mark II in Snatcher was visually based off of the original Metal Gear from the first Metal Gear game, because Metal Gear 2 had not come out yet. And it served as your robot companion. And Kojima throws in a few references in this game to other non-Metal Gear games that he's worked on.
I'll be with you in spirit. Anyway, because you had to dress up as a militiaman, I had the Mark II bring you some goodies.
And you can control the Mark II in this game to work as like a little sentry drone to like scout areas ahead of you and knock out enemy soldiers.
I call it.
Oh, okay.
And it makes use of the 6-axis controls of the PS3 controller.
And other data in 3D. You can also
That's interesting.
Like I said, this game was
actually.
exclusively designed for PS3.
Yeah.
Although they could totally do that on PS5 nowadays.
They can maybe be better on a PS5 even.
Yeah, it would be better on PS5 because the controller's got some weight to it. It's not all light like the DualShock 3 is. Also, there is a scene in this game where the dialogue alters depending on whether you're playing with the launch PS3 controller, the 6-axis, or whether you're playing with the DualShock 3 that came in later models.
An operator.
I installed a suppressor. And here's a tranquilizer gun.
How thoughtful.
It predates the implementation of the system. By some
Yeah, our in-game explanation for why we can't just pick up any gun off of anyone is because all, like, the Patriots have implemented a system that makes it so all guns are locked to the people that they're assigned to and are recognized by the nanomachines in their bodies. So Snake can't just pick up a gun off a fallen soldier and use it because it won't recognize him as being authorized to use that gun.
Got it.
So, you know what's kind of funny?
Saw liquid here should be a little further up.
This is actually going to be something that is being invested into right now.
Yep.
It's a war zone out there. Stay on your toes.
Also, the reason why enemies are able to zero in on you so quickly when you're spotted is because the nanomachines also act as sort of like a link between different soldiers working in the same unit, allowing them to work perfectly in sync with each other without having to communicate.
Follow the mark on your radar.
And that goes for all soldiers, not just the enemies. Also, thank Christ that this gun has a built-in suppressor instead of requiring detachable ones that break down over time. I love the tranq pistol in this game. Yeah, that frame rate. Unfortunately, scenes like this, the frame rate really tanks. They're visually impressive, but, not the most stable. Thankfully, they didn't make the common mistake that a lot of devs of this era made of tying the frame rate and the game logic together. Where, like, if the game's running faster or slower than intended, the game's physics break. That's very common in a lot of games from this time and before. Because that was the common thing at the time, because, like, you were designing for one, maybe up to 3 platforms at a time that all had reasonably similar specs. So there was no thought to, like, oh, this is ever going... No one's ever going to make this run at, like, 60 frames per second, for example. Or something like that, if it's going to be hard locked to 30. They hadn't thought with, like, you know, emulation or PC ports in the future in mind.
Yeah.
Cough, cough, Yakuza 3. I'll take your word for it, because I haven't played any Yakuza games except for 0 and a little bit of Kiwami. Oh, and I've played the opening bits of the original Yakuza. I've thought about streaming the original Yakuza just before streaming Kiwami so I can better appreciate the changes that it makes. Along with, you know, being able to experience the first Yakuza game to get a dub, which, you know, also being the first Yakuza game. Also the only time that we got Mark Hamill as Majima.
I also see that
The remaster of 3 locks certain moves to the frame rate. Yeah, that makes sense, because 3 was originally designed for the PS3. They weren't thinking ahead about, like, oh, what if we ported this to future platforms that are more powerful? Because, like, an easy thing to forget about Yakuza games in the PS3 generation is that Yakuza was consistently doing poorly outside of Japan, to the point where up until, like, 0 and Kiwami reinvigorated the franchise in the West by bringing in newcomers, Sega genuinely thought about just never bringing Yakuza outside Japan again. That's also why we never got the Wii U exclusive remasters of Yakuza 1 and 2. Not Kiwami 1 and 2, but HD remasters of the PS2 games that were exclusive to the Wii U, only in Japan.
Yeah, I always hate when things are exclusive like that.
The only reason I know about that is because Scott the Woz brought it up in a video. I'm just gonna put you to sleep. Take a nap. Take a nap, good sir. See, the rebel soldiers that I'm technically aiding, they don't have nanomachines. So they are not perfectly in sync with each other, which means I get to get away with getting caught. And I can also get away with stealing their guns.
Okay.
Also, look at all these chickens. Ed would be in heaven. There's a lot of chickens in this game, in general. Because, like, those eggs that you saw being cooked by Sunny earlier?
Yeah.
They have their own chickens at their home base to get fresh eggs from. And the egg, they have 3 chickens named Solid, Liquid, and Solidus.
Lord have mercy.
And not only does Sunny cook eggs very often, once per chapter, I believe, she also uses them as fortune telling. If the eggs turn out properly cooked, then that means the mission's going to go well. If the eggs turn out overcooked or undercooked, just bad in general, then that means something bad is going to happen on the mission. She calls it her sunny side up fortune telling. Sadly, you can't capture and eat animals in this game like you could in Metal Gear Solid 3. Otherwise, I would have some delicious chicken right now.
As imagine about an unhinged image in my brain. Noggin. And that's just old man Snake, like, unhinging his jaw.
It's like that. It'll be like that Burger King commercial where the guy starts acting like a snake and sneaks up on the Whopper and then unhinges his jaw to swallow the Whopper all in one bite.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're asleep. That girl is crazy. She's, to be fair to... Finally, we got our cardboard box. To be fair to Sunny, she's a little girl in this game. She reappears in Metal Gear Rising, where she's aged up a bit and sort of mellowed out a bit. She's a very different character here than she is in her brief appearance in Rising. Here, like, I'm just gonna say this as an autistic person. I think that Sunny is probably autistic. And I love that about her. She, like, yeah, she's got some of the, like, oh, autism equals super genius stuff going on. But, like, also she's very socially awkward. And that's more of what's on display with her than her being, like, you know, a child prodigy. Oh.
I'm very particular about autistic representation in media, and I don't know if she was intended to be autistic or not, but that's just kind of how she comes off to me.
Like I've said this before, probably, but in the 2017 Power Rangers movie, while I like that they confirmed that Billy was autistic in that interpretation, my problem with how his autism is portrayed is that he doesn't show any of the real signifiers of autism spectrum disorder, other than you know, the usual, like, oh, if you're autistic, that means you're either really smart or you are an absolute, or you are a child in a adult body that needs to, that needs help doing everything. Like, those are the two extremes that we get in a lot of media, and I don't like it. Thankfully, a lot of more recent stuff is doing better. There's a good channel to, yeah, she also doesn't have anyone her age to be around, because her only two people that she has regular contact with are two old men. And keep in mind, she was also, you know, kept in a Patriots facility for part of her life. Monkey! A monkey! Monkey drinking soda.
Oh, God. I am so confused.
Pretty sweet, huh? Whoa, hold it. Watch where you pointing that thing.
What the hell?
The monkey's not talking, it's him.
Oh! What?
Voila.
Why does he look like the guy from
I'm a weapons wholesale.
was it Rocky Picture Horror Show?
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah. Is it that or something else I'm thinking?
You know who he always makes me think of, and this is going to be a very deep cut Adult Swim reference. Adult Swim, for a while, they had a show called Delocated.
Yeah.
And one of the recurring characters on there was a man named Mighty Joe John, the Black Blonde.
Oh, that's, I remember that.
I'm a gun.
You
can call me
Drebin.
Yeah, they use that for all of us.
There are more of
But yes, this is Drebin. He's going to be our gun merchant.
Personally, me, I'm Drebin number 893.
Voiced by Carrie Payton, a.k.a. Cyborg from Teen Titans.
You ain't a registered PMC.
Booyah.
Are you?
Yeah, I want to hear him say booyah as Drebin.
Consider it a welcome gift.
Also, this game, this is one of the only Metal Gear games that makes usage of the console's internal clock, because you get discounts on certain days of the week.
The official model used by the U.S. Army, developed from the M16 service rifle. This one's a top-of-the-line model, real popular with the big PMCs. High precision, not like that government issue shit. It's free-floating, of course. Relax, that barrel's clean.
Is the hider CQC compatible?
The beauty of this sucker is that it's got a lot of customizable parts. Change it up the way you want to meet your everyday needs.
Flip-up sight, rail system. Not bad.
Yeah, well, you know, I get a lot of new.
Yeah, this is going to be our main lethal gun throughout the playthrough because it's customizable.
Ooh. No rattle.
Go ahead, give her a squeeze.
I can't pull the trigger.
Really? That's weird.
And yeah, we don't have a stamina meter, we have a psyche meter. And it's affected by story events as well as gameplay.
So that was the stress thing I was
when it went
about.
down, it was because the gun wasn't working. He's like, damn it.
Slow down.
And you want to know, in addition to, you know, restorative items to restore your psyche meter, you want to know another way that Snake can restore it? Smoking.
Hands on all the ID chips before they even register. Have a sip. It's a side of AT the public don't see. From the looks of it,
Yeah, they pronounce it psych meter in this game, where I'm like, no, it's spelled psyche. That's not how it's pronounced.
you've got last-gen nanomachines. So I'm guessing former U.S. Army. I don't know what you're here for, but you want to be well equipped.
And yes, he travels around in this big armored personnel carrier
Talk business or what?
that also has built-in camouflage.
Oh my god.
As in, like, the same kind of camo that Snake is using.
Yeah.
What's your take on him, Otacon?
I don't particularly like the guy. But
Well, I heard. What's your take on I'm a con?
Sonny's been doing a little sleuthing for us. Drebin, a well-known gun launderer in war economy circles. He's a businessman who deals mainly in selling black market firearms to small PMCs and local militia. Somalia, the Balkans, Lebanon, Darfur, Chechnya, Timor, Peru, the
So a thing that you need to know about the state of the world in this game is that basically everyone is at war with each other, and they're using private military contractors to fight their wars. They have, like, countries fighting wars that are parts of larger scale wars with each other. And that forms what this game calls the war economy, which is based on the real life prospect that the economy tends to start to boom whenever we're at war with someone. So the Patriots' idea behind all of this is, if everyone's always at war with each other all the time, then the economy will be booming forever.
Remember, Drebin's a green collar. He makes his living off the war economy. He doesn't let emotions get in the way of business, and he never gets his own hands dirty. The only thing he trusts is money.
So basically, as always, everything comes back to capitalism.
Yep. Intel and the supplies we need. Keep it strictly business.
All right.
This is depressing, yes, because this is, once again, Kojima predicts the future.
Make a deal or what? Okay then, let's talk business. This is a war zone. There's product coming in here by the truckload. And you'll be picking up a lot.
Keep in mind, this game came out in 2008.
Whatever guns you don't need, I'll take and buy them off you. That'll earn you points.
Reminds me of when Crysis 2 predicted gas prices. Oh, God.
I love AD guns. No more locks. And I can also sell you the guns I've got in stock. Let me show you.
Dashcat, if you think this is depressing, like, be reassured. This game does have moments of levity in it. It's not dark and dour all the time. And that's part of why I think it's a good story. Like, a good story that is dark needs to have moments of levity every now and then. Otherwise, you just lose interest because it gets too depressing.
Yeah.
Or when Metal Gear Solid 2 predicted the internet. I like that you just said the internet, and we all know what you mean by that. Snake's like, no, I'm not letting you give me another shot. I saw what happened last time someone gave me a shot. Well, if the monkey says it's okay.
It tastes like strawberry sherbet.
Now you can use non-ID.
Wait, why can I taste it with my neck?
Be nice to our guests.
And no, I don't know why the monkey looks like that. I don't know why the monkey's even there, other than just because monkey.
is symbolism on evolution. And watch I'm somehow correct, right?
There you see, no problem. From now on,
What do you think?
I'm laughing at Dash Cat's stuff in chat. I want that monkey dead. He's so wrinkly and bony. Look, he has no hair. Okay, he's a hairless monkey. He can't help it. That's what any monkey would look like if they were hairless.
I'm kind of curious about a hairless orangutan.
If you think that a hairless monkey. If you think that a hairless monkey looks weird, look up what a hairless bear looks like.
Hold on, I forgot. Hairless bear.
Man keeps on growing thanks to the war economy. I sell ID guns to the PMCs and state armies.
What are you, Dash Frieza?
And these ID guns can't be sold on the black market. System's practically a license for us arms dealers to print money. Privatizing the military has made the PMCs big and bloated. The fatter the PMCs get, between civilian and soldier is gonna get real blurry. Sooner or later.
But yeah, if you think that hairless monkeys look weird, look up hairless bears. They look like their existence hurts. They look like they're ashamed.
This war. You're a green collar too, aren't you? Yeah, it's in your eyes. You've seen a lot of combat. Think you know me? Nothing to be ashamed of. I'm the same way. I grew up here too. I got no interest in the outside world. All right then. If you need me, holla. We specialize in speedy service.
Frieza would hate that monkey, though. Okay, to be fair, if Piccolo is black, then he would not call you that. He would call you a slug. Keep in mind, we've been playing this game for an hour now, and we've barely gotten to actually play it. That's, Metal Gear Solid 4 is going to be an interesting one to stream.
But Drebin does have a point. The world depends on war, on the war economy. Can you imagine what would happen if war just disappeared overnight?
Otacon, you and Drebin both mentioned something about a war price earlier. What did you mean by that?
It's a kind of market price, one that fluctuates according to demand, not only for PMCs and military industry, but for the production, distribution, and energy supply networks that support them. It's been growing.
You forgot this gameplay?
You forgot that it's not just cutscenes of monkeys. Of hairless monkeys wearing silver diapers.
The longer and bloodier a battle becomes, the higher service prices are going to get. To put it another way, the quieter things are...
I think the monkey has a name. I just don't know what it is.
Deal with Drebin from here on out.
I'm sure if I looked it up on the Metal Gear Wiki, I could find it.
Mark II can act as a kind of delivery boy, connect you with him. I'm adding a Drebin menu item to the Mark II's weapon menu. Whenever you pick up multiple units of the same weapon, any extras will automatically be sold to Drebin. Any ammo that's inside gets added to your cache. In other words, you keep the ammo, and the weapon itself gets traded to Drebin for points.
I see.
You can then use the points you've earned to unlock ID guns.
Didn't know the monkey got it from the princess from Robin Hood Men in Tights. I have not seen that movie. One of the Mel Brooks movies I need to see. That and Silent Movie are another one I need to see.
Guess I'll have to rely on him for now.
Okay, now go meet up with our informants, Rat Patrol.
Snake, hurry and get to the rendezvous point with our informants. First, you'll have to get to the other side of that collapsed building.
Ah, yes, Playboy magazine, product placement. They're just, yeah, that's another thing that they would have to get the license renewed for a Metal Gear Solid 4 re-release. Why is tight censored? It was not on my end. I don't know.
That's weird.
So yeah, our incentive to pick up all the discarded guns and ammo we can find, other than, you know, having guns and ammo, is they're automatically sold for points that we can use to buy stuff from Drebin's shop. Which we can access at any time. I'm starting to see why they release these games in volumes. Yeah. Like, Metal Gear Solid 4 is going to take so much work to port and or remaster that they might as well just dedicate it to its own separate release from from like the rest of the collections. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the route that Konami ends up taking.
Yeah. See him. We've been spotted. Return fire.
I wonder if Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be part of it. I don't think so, considering Metal Gear Solid 5 is natively playable on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. Like, the whole reason why the remastered collections happened in the first place is because they had to delist all the old Metal Gear games due to the rights for their copious amounts of stock footage expiring. That's also why the remastered collections don't put a lot of effort into the actual remastering. Like, as much as I say you should buy the Master Collection Volume 1 for, you know, being a good bargain for the number of games included, Metal Gear Solid 1 runs in emulation. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 are unaltered versions of the PS3 and Xbox 360 remasters, other than touching up the controls a bit. They even run in 720p upscaled to 1080p instead of in native 4K. And then Metal Gear 1 and 2 are separated from being bonus features on Metal Gear Solid 3 and put in their own launcher. And then the NES games are also emulated. So it was a real, like, low effort on the production end collection, but it got the job done. Anyway, requisite toilet humor in this Kojima game.
Who's there?
Yes, it's the shit guy. It wouldn't be a Metal Gear game without Johnny, would it?
Stop right there!
No!
All these years later, and Johnny still can't escape his diarrhea. Snake, no. No, you are not taking the shit barrel with you. He's taking the shit barrel with him. He's shitting his pants, bro. Yeah, he didn't even take off his pants to shit. He was in the middle of taking off his pants. But yeah, now we have a shit barrel that acts as an alternative to the cardboard box.
Yeah. I can't get over how you take it barrel.
I mean, it's a barrel that he was taking a shit in. What else do you call that?
I don't know. A dropping drum?
A dropping drum.
When you use your dropping drum, make sure you're getting ready to drop the bass.
You can also roll inside the barrel and make snakes sick as a result. And you can also use it to. You can also use the rolling inside the barrel thing to knock people over.
High ground. Hey, the rendezvous point is just up ahead. Back me up.
Roger that. Okay.
Damn, I don't have the shit barrel equipped.
Hold on, what's that voice? We said okay. That sounded like the guy that did the voice for Ichigo.
I don't know. It's not him. I know that much. But that was just one of the other soldiers. Let's go to the shop because they're having a sale today. They have sales on Wednesdays and Sundays. We can get a snipper rifle. We can get grenades. We can buy some Playboys. And yes, those are actual Playboy magazines.
Oh,
like I said, product placement. We can get an underbarrel shotgun attachment for our assault rifle.
Oh. Oh my.
Or a grenade launcher attachment. Or a different grenade launcher attachment for different kind of rifle. Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of customization for these guns. Let's get the snipper rifle. See, the monkey's happy that we bought from him. Have a good night, Dash.
No, Dash, you don't.
Don't fuck that monkey. That's how you get all sorts of diseases. See, we can get some grips. Gotta buy a grip so we can stabilize while we're shooting with the M4. And yeah, that's gonna do it for now. Everything's better with monkeys. And this game is proof. There we go. There's our shit barrel.
The SDC.
All right, now let's customize our gun. Flashlight.
Later.
And no, I don't have that. We can get a laser sight. No, we can't. There we go. Foregrip. We could get a suppressor. Or a dot sight or a scope. No, we can't. I'm too poor.
Get out of here.
Snake, watch out. That area is covered by PMC snipers.
Okay, so they do have snipers before Metal Gear Solid 5.
Only you could find a route that takes you.
Snake, what happened? Snake?
I like that one of the
The
last
monkey.
things Snake saw before he died was the monkey. At least I got to meet you, monkey. It was all worth it in the end because of
Hurry
you,
to the rendezvous point.
my furless
Hold on.
friend.
Marked with which way to
If
go.
you think about it, right? Hear me out. Because Monkey and they had their whole knockoff Justice League of America type thing. Since that's technically like a parallel universe, that means that there's a version of Snake that would fit the Monkey's universe. With Major Glory in all of them.
I thought you were going the Ape Escape direction, where Ape Escape 3 has a ape version of Solid Snake.
I mean, we could also argue we have multiversal snakes.
You're not even wrong about that, given Metal Gear Survive confirming that there are alternate dimensions out there in the Metal Gear universe.
Oh my.
The PMCs have sent reinforcements. Now their defensive line is a lot thicker. It's gonna be tougher to break through.
Not for long, it won't, Otacon.
It might be best to avoid that area altogether if you can.
I'm determined to blow up that striker, assuming I haven't already. Still trying to do a, not pacifist, but minimal deaths run, or a minimal kills run. Shit, I have to equip the shit barrel again. And I have to buy my items again. Okay, shit barrel. Pentazamine. Compress. Cardboard box. We should be good. There we go. We had our fun with the shit barrel.
You dead or what? Damn it.
Now let's never use the shit barrel again. The monkey lives rent-free. The monkey lives rent-free in Snake's head. That's why he's going to be the last thing he remembers before he dies. And honestly, I don't blame him. That is a cool monkey. It drinks soda. and smoke cigarettes.
You know, because you said that now, you know what came to mind? My name Lip Wilton. I like to do bad things.
I wish I could remember the monkey's name. Because I'm pretty sure it has a canon name. Oh, no, you fucking don't. The monkey again.
That monkey is his brother.
Okay, Snake.
You know what? That wouldn't be the wildest plot twist that we've had tonight.
It's something like Invader Zim almost.
It did. Enemy located. Requesting reinforcements. Fuck you. Get good. I'm pretty sure that is Richard Steven Horvitz.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. We have to look up who, like, the many people who did the soldier voices in this game.
I would love to be able to do even like a minor voice like that, you know?
Little Gray is the monkey's name. Thank you. I knew it was something related to aliens. Because if I remember correctly, he got the monkey from Area 51. I just got the most cursed image in my head based off of a behind-the-scenes thing that I saw from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Like, that monkey, you know, that was motion captured from a human actor, right?
Yeah.
Which means that somewhere in Konami's vaults, there is footage of that, of, like, a human doing all the monkey stuff. And that just makes me think of, like, there was that one, like, gag character in one scene of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that was motion captured by James Gunn himself. That was supposed to be, like, this hideous creature. And then, like, after the movie had been out in theaters for a while, someone did an edit of it where, like, they edited the, unaltered, like, pre-CGI James Gunn footage in there. So, like, it shows Mantis cutting to James Gunn just sitting there making a weird face, and she acts like it's the most hideous thing she's ever seen.
Oh, and Shadow Dragon confirmed said
Nolan North voices
Nolan
one of the
North-
soldiers, and Roger Craig Smith voices one of them too. Makes sense. They tend to do a lot of supporting voice work for military stuff, military games. Like even Steve Blum's done that, which I'm pretty sure you're aware of. It's very common for them to get voice actors like that to do what the fuck? This is the worst camo. Yes, I am perfectly disguised. I am ready to blend into the clown house.
You're gonna blend it at the New York Fashion Show.
I'm ready to blend in at the New York Met Gala.
Here we have Snake wearing a new Versace, and it's inspired by 1950s floors.
It's not inspired by 1950s floors. It's made out of 1950s floors.
Oh, I stand corrected.
All of this was handcrafted from 1950s wallpaper, and as a base, and then stuffed with floor tiles made out of only the highest grade linoleum.
Any asbestos?
You know, I wanted to have asbestos as part of it, but for legal reasons, we weren't able to get a hold of enough to make the material for it. Oh God! You know how you said that you can't wait for me to get to Mega Man Legends 2?
Yeah.
One of the upgrades that Mega Man can get in that game is called asbestos shoes.
Lord. Oh, that mercy.
So basically what I'm saying is, if somehow I was able to get this across to, you know, the fictional character Mega Man Volnut on the moon, thousands of years in the future from now, I would tell him that if he did indeed use those asbestos shoes and develop mesothelioma as a result, he may be entitled to financial compensation.
Oh. But it was the best of those shoes.
Like, I get why they called them asbestos shoes. It's because they're supposed to protect you from fire, from like superheated tiles and fire. But they could have just gone with fireproof shoes instead of asbestos shoes.
Hold on. Would it be a oh fuck, I can't.
God, I have a feeling that mesothelioma is going to come up a few times on stream, and I don't know why. So I got this thought of, like, I should have a redeem for that There I Ruined It video of the mesothelioma can.
I can't with you right now.
I blame you for introducing me to that channel in the first place.
You're welcome. I hear it in my head right now, the song. And then, okay, it just went to a medley.
All right, we're almost at our rendezvous point. Ah! Sleep gas mine. Nice. That's going to come in handy later. I bet. I don't know. I haven't done a full playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 4 in a long-ass time. The camo in this game reminds me of the fan art where Snake was in camo and one of the soldiers was like, is it just me or does that wall have a nice ass? Yeah, because he's like, it's not like he's, it's not like he's, you know, melding into the wall. He's just taking on the color of it. Like, he's still a three-dimensional object. It wouldn't be a Metal Gear game without me setting off a mine. Like, the effect gets better when he gets the face mask from Laughing Octopus. But it's still weird that he starts out with, like, yes, the perfect camouflage. It covers everything except for my face. Let's just hope that they don't realize that this wall has a face sticking out of it.
That sensor is a detonation trigger.
You're just getting all the mines. You're like,
Yep.
mine.
I don't have a mine detector. I was not prepared to come in here without a mine detector. Deep Throat would be so angry at me. There we go. Play more. Up. It's a good thing the sleep gas mines have this distracting light to give them away.
Yeah.
I wonder if they attract bugs. I wonder if you can use it as a bug zapper. Except instead of zapping the bugs, it knocks them out. Now, am I the kind of person who would use a mine to take out, like, mosquitoes or flies or, you know, other pest bugs like that? The answer is hell yes. I'm the kind of guy that would try to swat a fly by shooting it with a shotgun.
Calm down, Elmer Fudd.
I'm from Texas, okay? I can't help it. It's in my blood.
Spoken like a true American. You stole the iPod that paid.
Well, I already have an iPod. I just stole the music. So it's confirmed Snake does not buy his music legally. He pirates it. Updated version of that little run cycle you like? Yeah, they did that so they could animate him going up each and every step instead of just having, like, a generic walk cycle.
Yeah.
Now, did they need to? Hell no. Is it cool that they did? Hell yes.
Snake, while you're back there, can you make me a sandwich?
Sorry, I'm not... I don't know how to cook. I only eat rations. I only eat rations and noodles. I don't even prep the noodles before eating them. I just eat them dry. Have you ever heard of a ramen sandwich?
That makes me want to cry.
Drop your weapon. Drop your weapon.
All right. Here.
Easy now.
This whole game's gonna be good for clips.
Yeah.
Don't move.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
Careful.
Flashback.
I'm a 10-year vet.
Remember the last time? Yeah, that's true. He is a 10-year vet. Because remember, Johnny's been here since the beginning. He was at Shadow Moses in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Don't move.
Oh, does that voice sound familiar?
Yeah. Ooh.
CQC. Real big boss, huh? Lower your weapon. Slowly now. I wouldn't try anything funny if I were you.
Fox.
Snake?
It's Meryl!
Yo!
Inglorious 720p. I was gonna say HD, not quite full HD, but still. And her design in this game is inspired by the identically named Meryl character from Hideo Kojima's other game they did after Snatcher, but before Metal Gear Solid 1, Police Knots, where Meryl actually debuted.
Oh my god.
Meryl, you're my informant in the U.S. military.
And
I haven't played Police Knots much beyond the intro chapter. I just know that there's like an Easter egg with Meryl in that game where if you beat her high score on the shooting range, she'll let you play with her boobs. And if you do, instead of making like, you know, anime booba noises, they make like tiger roar sounds.
01. We're with the CID, one of the bodies investigating PMC activity.
First hounds.
Dang it, Johnny.
The rest of the squad is like an elite force, and Johnny thinks he's in the Ginyu Force.
Get your ass in so you did shit.
What is your problem? You okay?
Flashbacks to the diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
The shit can.
I guess you could say that Johnny's lucky he hasn't gotten shit canned yet.
Since Liquid arrived in the area. And since then, this woman's been with him. She doesn't look like a combatant. Probably some kind of advisor. Maybe a scientist.
So, you're the commander of this O1 unit.
Why? Something wrong with that? Here, I'll introduce you to the team. That's Ed, our radio man and sniper. Sleeping giant is Jonathan. Don't stand behind him. He hates it when people go around his back. And finally, Johnny. Everybody just calls him Akiba.
Commander, I've finished installing the sensors.
That hairdo for the alert sound. Yeah, he has that hairdo just so they can make that gag.
Akiba.
And I'm glad they did.
Anyway.
You're all grown up.
Maybe it's because someone taught me well. A certain legendary hero who suddenly disappeared. You quit the unit. Me? Huh. I never gave up on you. Or on Foxhound. Back then, I just wanted you to accept me. I wanted you to turn around and see who I was. But I've put the past behind. I'm done playing little love games.
Yeah, that's officially sinking that ship from Metal Gear Solid 1. They are not going to get back together.
Threat assessment. The PMCs.
Really? Because I heard a rumor there's an assassin out there targeting their leader.
Well, that's some rumor. I'm only here because the UN wants me to assess the impact and effects of PMCs on their refugee protection efforts.
That's all?
More than enough for a retired vet like me.
I know he's plotting an insurrection. But as long as AT Security's system is in place, there's no way he'll succeed.
How can you be so sure?
Can we talk about how I really like how David Hayter sounds like strained
Whether he stayed army,
in his Snake performance in this game? It really adds to the feeling that this is a rapidly aged Solid Snake.
injected into their bodies for that purpose. The nanomachines keep track of the soldiers and their real-time personal data 24 hours a day. They monitor each man's position, movement speed, reserve ammo, firing accuracy.
Well, I gotta go now. MVC Collection is available now tonight, so see ya. Have a good night, Shadow Dragon, and I hope that takes you for a ride.
Oxygen. All data gathered on body condition.
I got it.
Sensory organ data showing pain and fear.
I don't know Marvel vs. Capcom. I just know that song because it's used as the theme for a web show called Kick Scammers.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I you're the one that introduced me to that.
Yeah,
to that.
by Slopes Game Room.
Yeah.
Each individual soldier. It's being used by the U.S. military, by state armies in allied countries, by PMCs. Even police agencies are starting to adopt it. Unless they agree to implement the system, PMCs aren't permitted to send troops anywhere.
You've got these system nanomachines in you, too.
Of course. Our unit plays by the rules, same as everybody else. It was creepy at first, knowing you're being watched 24/7, but I've gotten used to it. It gives us a lot of advantages in the field, too. We get a clearer picture of what's going on around us, so there's less confusion during missions. And our nanomachines communicate with each other, making teamwork a lot smoother.
Well, like you said, yeah.
System does for us. It's also a security guarantee against the PMCs.
Security guarantee.
That's right. The PMCs are
Now, one thing you'll probably have noticed already about Johnny is he's very out of sync with everyone else.
Yeah.
They're just bodies fighting on someone
I'm not going to explain that.
mercenaries, a commodity.
I just want you to remember that.
Imagine them betraying their
He doesn't have one, does he?
enemy or refusing to fight.
Like I said, I'm not going to explain that. I'm just going to bring it up.
To keep these
Okay.
things in check,
So,
No one can
I have
firearms or military
me
vehicles.
saying theories would be perfectly fine. Then would that be all right?
Yes.
This way we can see if I'm close. He either doesn't have one, or his is malfunctioning. I'm guessing.
They wouldn't be able to move.
Those are gonna be my two guesses.
In combat of any kind. And there's more. All the data on their position, personnel, and
And I'm gonna lock those two, and I think that would be fun to find out if I'm close at all, right?
Yeah. They do give an answer. And it ties back to an optional piece of dialogue from Metal Gear Solid 1.
And the Patriots are behind them.
Oh.
This game was meant to be the finale to the series. So they tie back everything between all the games that had been released up to this point.
The AI that controls it is a tightly guarded secret, both at Arms Tech Security, where it was developed, and at the Pentagon. There's no way a third party could get control of it.
I just met a guy who said he can launder ID guns. The system does have holes.
There can't be more than a few hundred of those gun launderers. It's just a grassroots movement. It's not like they can affect the entire PMC war machine. Anyway, Liquid would have had to register as a PMC in the system to assemble an army that massive. His PMCs might even exceed the US military in terms of numbers, but as long as they're registered, their soldiers' activities are constantly being monitored. So long as the US responds immediately when Liquid makes his move, we can take them down by force.
By force, huh?
When RSOC heard about Liquid's plans, they sent us to sniff around the PMCs. Even with this SOP keeping an eye on things, there are always trouble spots to deal with in the field. Disorderly conduct, disobeying orders, contract violations. We act as backup for this.
One more thing to explain a little bit about the whole nanomachine system that all the militaries of the world uses.
Yeah.
It's called the SOP system. Any guesses as to what SOP stands for?
We're all undercover inside Liquid's PMCs.
And this is not a spoiler.
If you got caught.
What?
Sons of the Patriots.
Oh.
But we're smarter than that. We've been mingling with the PMCs.
Oh, so,
Months of searching God knows how many battlefields. We finally tracked him down.
Hopefully soon we'll have our big reunion between our long-lost brothers, Solid and Liquid.
Our superiors ordered.
Although Liquid is now in the body of Ocelot. Yeah, in between Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4, the Liquid personality has completely taken over Ocelot.
Colonel.
I'm just laughing because of the
It's Campbell.
saying Solid and Liquid together. I'm just thinking poo jokes.
You up to this?
I mean, it wouldn't be out of place for a Metal Gear Solid game to have poo jokes, as we've seen. And yeah, we can find out, as we see here, Meryl is not happy about Colonel Campbell being part of this mission. Because once she found out that he's her dad, she was not happy about that. Yeah, they've been estranged ever since the end of Metal Gear Solid 1.
Meryl. So, you knew.
Yeah. Little violation of the need-to-know rule.
Then, why are you still calling him Uncle?
You're still calling him Colonel.
He's your father.
As far as I'm concerned, we're still uncle and niece. I will never forgive that womanizing piece of shit.
Meryl.
He, remarried.
Really?
Yeah, Colonel Campbell got married again.
New wife's about money. I hear
Ooh.
And yeah, his new wife is about Meryl's age.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say anything more about that because we do get to meet his wife, but not until after this chapter. It's going to be a moment that we're all going to dread.
Commander.
What is it?
There's 20 of them. And they're not from that PMC praying mantis either. It's the Frog.
His private troops.
So Liquid's got his own cybernetically enhanced female army called the Frogs.
This is not good.
Were you being followed?
No.
So basically what I'm saying is Liquid, being the absolute Giga Chad that he is, has a harem that will die to defend him.
I've seen the reflection off my scope lens.
That's not actually canon. That's just how I perceive it.
Wait, hang on. You guys think it was my fault? Oh, no. Oh, it wasn't my fault. I swear. It wasn't my fault. Oh, man. Oh, look,
Dumbass. We're moving out.
Meryl, where's Liquid?
At a camp up ahead. I'll fill you in.
I know one thing that's going to keep you tuned in to Metal Gear Solid 4 until the end. When we finally get to the end, we'll finally get to see Johnny without his mask on.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we've never seen his face throughout this whole series.
That is very true.
So this is the Frog unit is going to be our first unofficial boss fight. It's counted as a boss fight, but it's sort of like the ambushes in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah.
Eye contact. These guys are with Liquid's private army. Shoot first, think later. We'll use the stairs and get out through the back door on the first floor. We'll change the route as necessary. I'm on point. Stay close. Got it?
Got it.
Akiba, breathe deep.
Got it.
Johnny, try not to fuck up.
Try not to choke. Move.
Now we can stamina kill all of them, or at least just knock all of them out. And if we knock out all the bosses, we get a unique weapon on our second playthrough. But it's really not worth it.
Okay.
The unique weapon is based on another Hideo Kojima game called Boktai for the Game Boy Advance, which made use of a solar, basically a sunlight sensor to make your weapons more effective when you were playing in direct sunlight. And the gun that you get for stamina killing every boss in the game is that gun from Boktai.
So they're glowing. Why are they glowing?
I don't know. I don't know. There's probably if I had to guess, it's probably something to do with nanomachines. As you will find out, is the answer to everything in Metal Gear Solid 4. It's always nanomachines.
Oh,
hey, dumbasses. And yeah, they can stick to walls. Do you think that Big the Cat would like the frogs?
He would probably be leading them.
I've given up on my peaceful ways and formed my own private militia.
You're going to take over the Earth.
The only way to put a stop to Dr. Eggman's plans of world conquest are to fight fire with fire. That's why I've started my own private military group. I'm sorry, my mind's just still stuck on Big the Cat as like a PMC leader. But Big, doesn't this go against everything that you've done throughout your life? War is hell, Sonic, and I'm on a one-way ticket to the 7th Circle.
Also, I have a theory about why they glow blue, and it doesn't work with nanomachines. Basically, you shot them somewhat lethally. They knew that they were going to die, so instead of a chance of information getting leaked out, it kills them.
You know what? I think that actually is it. If I remember correctly, It's like basically a self-destruct thing to keep people from analyzing their corpses.
Yeah.
But only the frogs do it, which, you know, they're cybernetically enhanced, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's about, it makes the most sense out of all the nonsense that's in this game. But yeah, if you were to trank every single one of those frogs, then you would get one of the 5 statues needed to get the solar gun, which you can only use on a second playthrough. If the name Boktai sounds familiar to you in terms of, like, I've heard that in reference to something that's not Metal Gear or Hideo Kojima. It had some crossover content in the Japanese version of Mega Man Battle Network 6 that was taken out of the international release and then re-added in the Legacy Collection as a big selling feature.
Huh.
Yeah, Johnny's having a diarrhea attack right now. Perfect time.
That's a shitty time to have one.
Heh, shitty.
Yeah.
Oh god, you can see that he shit his pants.
Instead of, I'm going to paint the walls red with your blood. No, I'm going to paint the walls brown with your
I'm going to paint the walls brown with my dookie. I'll paint the walls red with your blood and the floors brown with my diarrhea. No, hear me out. Sadly, this does not happen in Metal Gear Solid 4. But it would be amazing for, like, a movie adaptation of it, right?
Okay.
You'll have to wait until Akiba gets there to disarm it.
Johnny, after just unloading his ass in the middle of a firefight, finds a renewed sense of courage to go into the battlefield. He grabs his assault rifle, walks up to the enemy troops, and is like, I am out of shits to give. Looks like you're shit out of luck.
Look, you came to New York and forgot the portable shitter. Though, it's very hard to find bathrooms in New York.
They call me Dookie Nukie, and you're about to find out why. Wake up, Johnny. I like that when he's knocked out, he slumped over ass in the air. Like he was in Metal Gear Solid 1. The only way it could be better is if he was in the Family Guy death pose. He's even got flies buzzing around him now. God damn it, Johnny.
Seriously, Akiba, what the hell?
Did this land on you?
Yes, and I took damage from it.
Have mercy.
Oh, I just got a white phosphorus grenade.
Oh god, oh god.
You could get those in Metal Gear Solid 3 as well, and I never used them for a reason.
We can now put up that shelf.
Okay, time to get out the ramen. Because I'm out of rations.
I got to go for some ramen noodles.
I'm probably gonna fix some after stream. I'm thinking we're almost at the end of this chapter. So after that, I'll wrap things up.
Okay.
Thankfully, Metal Gear Solid 4 is divided up into chapters, so it's easy to figure out where a good starting and ending point is.
That's always good. Let Johnny be last and let this shit just like.
Hey.
Dang.
Jump already!
He didn't stick the landing, did he?
I don't think so. Thing is, like, you'll be able to tell where everyone's at because, you know, the smell. They just got used to it.
Here's a perfect example of like how the in-sync stuff works. And how Johnny doesn't work. I think she's dead.
I can triple tap some people sometimes.
The nanomachine network inside each unit member's body lets us share each other's senses. They can see what I see. And it helps control pain.
Is that part of the system, too?
With SOP, my team can literally operate as one. Well, except for a certain someone who's not much of a team player. So, what do you think? Is your age of heroes finally over?
I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be.
You haven't changed at all, Snake. But... your body... Are you gonna be alright?
This get-up doubles as a muscle suit. I can still get around.
Liquid's camp is up ahead. I'll mark it on your map.
Thanks.
I know that, like, that remark about, you know, the muscle suit helping him get around.
Yeah.
I know that's supposed to play into the tragedy of how he's rapidly aging, and they don't know why.
The whole team.
But I also just got this idea of, like, if it weren't for the muscle suit, he'd be going around the battlefield with, like, a motorized walker with a gun built into it. It's got the little tennis balls on the feet.
Dude, human skilled AT-AT at that point. You just made a Flash AT-AT. You realize that, right?
Yes. The future is now. I mean, technically, the future is 10 years ago at this point. That's weird to think about. The futuristic Metal Gear Solid 4 is in the past.
To the north of where you are. Meryl's really changed, hasn't she, Snake? She's a lot more self-assured.
I wonder how much of that has to do with the system.
Hey,
experience can
Seems basically, right?
Now, what if I told you that we basically got an AT-AT, or more accurately, an AT-ST walker, as a rideable mount in Metal Gear Solid 5?
It's also made
God.
More
because we do.
Is it fast or slow?
Stress disorder.
Good question.
Depends on whether you're holding down the dash button or not. On its own, it's like faster than regular walking speed, but not super fast. But if you dash, it goes at uncontrollably high speeds.
And that big guy, he didn't seem to be feeling any pain at all.
Augmenting the soldier's existing experience and psychological fortitude.
But a soldier's gotta have more than that.
The times have changed, Snake. Just like Meryl.
The future is now, old man. Otacon, what the fuck?
Based on what Meryl
Sorry, I had to. It's not often that I get to make that joke. Just trying a little dark humor to lighten up the mood. Otacon, now's not the time.
I can just imagine him now pulling out the Yu-Gi-Oh card, Time Magician.
Time Wizard, yeah.
You can see it's 2K.
Can we talk about how Time Wizard in the anime is so much better than it is in the actual card game? Because it uses like a spinner to decide its effect instead of just flipping a coin.
Yeah. Not only that, like, I kind of like the concept of aging your cards, but if you have, like Baby Dragon evolving 1,000-year dragon,
Or
I like
like Dark
that.
Magician turning into Dark Sage. Whereas in the
Yeah.
game, it's just like you flip a coin to decide whether or not you lose all your monsters.
Yeah. But you see, like, that way would be a lot more interesting. And if you, like I
But it
say,
would
if
also
you
require, having a spinner as part of your Yu-Gi-Oh setup.
Yeah.
Which is already bad enough that it expects you to have, a coin to toss on hand. And I think there are also some cards that call for dice.
Yeah, same thing with Pokemon, but back then...
Back then, if you bought the starter set, it came with the coin.
Yeah, not only that, damage counters and all that too.
Yeah.
But I like that stuff too, because we played Pokemon at least. Was a comic book store and toy store combo. That's a nice hobby shop stuff also.
I never played the Pokemon card game. I just collected the cards.
I did. It was fun.
And yeah, what you're seeing right now is soldiers can be overcome by emotions in the middle of a battle. And it's not just like a specific emotion. They have a variety of emotions that they can be overcome by that affect what they do in battle. Like, since I'm helping these guys out, they're overcome with happiness, which makes them laugh and also makes them support me in battle. Whereas soldiers can also be overcome with sadness, stress, anger, a variety of things. It's a very underplayed mechanic in this game because they don't really do much with it.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
And right now I've got a combat high going on, so like my psych meter won't drop, and yeah, I'm sure you know how a combat high works.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to shoot you, dude. Oh yeah, you're also no longer limited by whatever ammo you can just scrounge up on the battlefield, or take from. Hey, the guys are cheering for me because we won the battle. That's cool.
That's a nice touch. Oh.
But yeah, you can also buy ammo from Drebin's shop at any point. Okay, so he can drive a bulldozer, but is he forklift certified? That's the real question.
It reminds me so much of the Killdozer.
The Killdozer. That's actually a kind of sad story.
Yeah.
Time to meet our quirky boss squad. That's not a robot, by the way. That's a person.
Oh my.
That's Crying Wolf.
What in the world?
Yeah, these are the B&B Corps, Beauty and Beast. There's Raging Raven. Raging Raven, Crying Wolf. We'll see some more as this goes on. Laughing Octopus. Damn, that's brutal.
Ew.
And lastly, Screaming Mantis. Also, as someone from the 90s, does this sound effect sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
It's the Digivice sound effect from the English dub.
Yo.
There's Screaming Mantis. I'm always distracted by her unique sound effect being just the Digivice sound from the English dub of Digimon.
A lot of crushing.
Yep. And once again, these are not robots. These are humans inside of these mech suits.
Yeah, the fact he's going, rage! Rage!
Also, when we see them unmasked, they are all played by actual models.
Oh.
Death says mommy. A whole squad of mommies, basically. Raging Ravens or Crying Wolf are probably my favorites.
Yeah.
Although Laughing Octopus has a really interesting boss fight because it's based on her boss fight is based on a scrapped concept for a fight with Decoy Octopus in Metal Gear Solid 1 that, like I implied, got scrapped due to hardware limitations.
The enemy's here! We're under attack! What? The enemy!
It's one of the rare instances in a Metal Gear game where you have to fight someone who uses stealth against you instead of you using stealth against them.
Yeah.
Master Key. Oh, I got a shotgun part for my M4.
I don't know how you like shotgun.
Come on, let me see the monkey. Damn it, no monkey! FYI, billing the Strike Gundam clear colors at the moment. Ooh, I'd love to see how that looks when it's finished. I should probably buy some more ammo for my good weapons. There we go, bullets. Let's see. I just love hearing the monkey noises.
I mean, monkey. They're pretty good monkey noises, you know. Like you can get a good chunk a lot of it.
Yeah. Damn it, I don't have enough to get the laser sight.
No.
I can get RPG ammo, even though I don't have an RPG.
No. I can't.
Bye-bye, monkey. A monkey, as King Koopa would say. Oh yeah, and we got a stun knife instead of a combat knife. It's a knife that you can switch to a stun mode so you can non-lethally take down enemies with a knife. Now, I know you're wondering, how do you non-lethally take someone down with a fucking knife?
That's a very good question.
The answer is, it acts as a taser.
Oh.
Hey.
Trust me, it's pain. The clear plastic leaves marks very easily. Oh, I imagine. Clear plastic is very well known for showing stress marks very easily. Because clear plastic is pretty fragile. Even when it's not aged. You can hit these guys from so far away. That's so cool.
It's also pretty
I'm not
accurate
even going
to,
into first-person view to do this.
It's pretty accurate to the actual guns, I want to say.
For a tranq pistol?
I'm guessing.
We're under attack!
Go to sleep.
Gonna blend in perfectly with that stone wall.
Alright, the target's just up ahead. Shit. Almost walked right into that guard's view.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I go sneaky, neaky, 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 neaky.
Hey, you! Get over here! Yes? We're having connection problems. Go check it out. Yes, sir.
I made the body so far, working on the head. Awesome. You're making good progress on that. What grade is it, if I may ask? Like high grade, real grade, you know, all that.
Yeah.
Master grade. God damn.
Ooh,
a master
dang.
grade made of clear plastic. That's... I wish you luck.
Good, yeah, seriously, good luck on that.
There he is. Sorry, I said it wrong. There he is. I need to have a redeem for a drunk Eric Estrada saying, "There he is," from Cool Cat Saves the Kids. Also, did you know Daddy Derek finally put Cool Cat Saves the Kids on YouTube for free officially?
I didn't know that.
Did you know it's also one of the many re-edited versions, except this time he removed the voice of the original Cool Cat and dubbed it over with his own voice?
Ooh.
So all the iconic Cool Cat lines are going to sound wrong.
Oh, God. The good thing is, this one has a pearl-like gloss.
This one has a pearl-like gloss for the white armor. That sounds beautiful.
Liquid, aren't you?
That's the mission. Are you going to stop me?
My mission is to inspect the PMCs. I'm not in a position to take action. All I can do is stand by and watch. I can't help you, understand? I'm a peacekeeper, here to keep order.
Understood.
Now get ready to be disappointed by what Liquid Ocelot sounds like in this game. One of the few things with the voice direction in this game that I get what they were going for, but I don't like it as much.
Activate it.
Oh no, the cows are coming home.
What?
Oh. Oh. shit pants. What in the world?
Thought it would be so easy, but these results, refreshing, don't you think?
It's part of Liquid's plan. And yes, it involves nanomachines.
This is always nanomachines, son.
Yes, the Nanomachine Sun line is in direct reference to this game, using nanomachines as an explanation for everything.
Yeah.
Brother, it's been too long.
Yeah, I'm split on Liquid Ocelot's voice in this game. Instead of having Cam Clark do the voice like he did in Metal Gear Solid 2, they had Patrick Zimmerman, Ocelot's voice actor, deliver his lines as if he were Liquid Snake, but using Ocelot's voice. Why the stream stops as soon as Liquid looked at me, I don't know. Did my internet die again?
No, it's still playing on my end.
As I surpass my own origin.
We finally get to see Naomi in the flesh.
Oh my goodness.
Snake, if you won't be a prisoner to fate, then go. Fulfill your destiny.
Your blood's the antidote to it?
No, it's much more complicated than that. Actually, it's not much more complicated than that. Basically, it's like, well, I'm not going to get into what she injected herself with. But she's leaving that behind so Snake can track her. Wait, who's she? That is a character from Metal Gear Solid 1 called Naomi Hunter. She was one of your support staff in Metal Gear Solid 1, but she was also secretly working against Snake the whole time in that game and injected him with a virus called Fox Dye that will eventually kill him. Like, it killed everyone that was, like, a target for disposal by the Patriots in Metal Gear Solid 1. Including Liquid Snake. But it's also supposed to kill Solid Snake eventually, although it doesn't have a predetermined timer that it's supposed to go off on. Just, he's going to die someday from this virus that has no cure. That was injected by Naomi as part of, like, his pre-mission injections of, like, nanomachines so they can monitor him. All these different chemicals that, like, keep him awake and alert, all this different stuff that's in the intro that ends up being something you don't think about, and then it comes into play in the finale of Metal Gear Solid 1. But that is... all of that is the prologue and chapter 1.
Oh, God.
We are after it saves, so I don't corrupt my save data. Yeah, we're going to, we're not going to quit the game during the installation because that would corrupt everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we're going to leave off for tonight because it is pretty late here and I've had a long ass day.
Same here.
Probably not going to do a raid tonight, but I might as well see who's on. See if Sato's still on. For their, no, they're not on right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone in need of raids. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. Thank you to my co-hosts for co-hosting with me. I'm going to be off until probably Sunday. I might stream tomorrow night. I'm not sure. Depends on how sick I'm feeling from my weight loss medicine.
Yeah.
We'll see. And I'll keep you guys updated in the server and on Blue Sky. I don't post on Twitter anymore. But yeah, until next time, unpleasant dreams.
Well, we're the boys of chorus. We hope you love our show. We know you're rooting for us, but no, we have to go.
You sure Shatnered the hell out of that ending.